Yeah. I'm on location right now. And this one here just came out of the moment. So it's like this. You might hear the cars in the background and everything, but I got a lot to say on this issue. And, after winding down from work today and seeing what's going on, this whole thing with Tariq Nasheed and Jen Garcia, from how people are blasting their grievances about how black people behave on social media. And I have to say, I'm living it in real life, y'all. I'm an EMT. I'm a first responder here in Jersey City, New Jersey. I can tell you one thing, this shit is ridiculous. It's out of hand with a lot of situations, and it's on so many levels. And I know what you're saying, well, don't you live in a predominantly black neighborhood, so you're going to tend to get a lot of calls that are orientated in that. And yeah, that's all well and good. It's the nature of the calls that's the issue that I have. There's a lot of black homelessness that has increased in this city. There's a lot of mental issues with our black youth. And I actually had to sit there and talk to a 14-year-old girl and tell her, put your pride aside. Do not think because you go to seek help and you need therapy that people are going to laugh at you. And if they do, they ain't your friends. Because at the end of the day, you don't want to end up out on the street turning to alternative drugs because you don't know how to cope with something that you can go get help for, because you are the master of your destiny. Like, I actually sat there and I talked to this girl for about a good 15 minutes, maybe a little bit shorter. But I was like, look, put your pride aside. I was like, look at the people up the street from you. I pointed to her because I pointed to her out the window. Look at those people up the street from you. Most of these people have psychological problems. Most of these people don't know what to do, so they want to harm themselves using drugs. And you right now, you're feeling like the world's down and you want to hurt yourself. I'm like, look, you can get help from this. You have a lot of years ahead of you. You are the age you're younger than what my son and daughter would have been if my ex-girlfriend could carry the full term. But that's another story for another day, y'all. But I was telling her, you got a lot of life ahead of you, and you need to actually put your pride aside. I wasn't forcing it on. I know I'm saying it forceful as I talk, but I was being very kind and very gentle to her and telling her, like, at the end of the day, your friends are telling you to get help. You got to put your pride aside, because I don't want you to end up like out there, and I really don't want you to harm yourself. And I meant every word of that. It wasn't something I just was saying because it's my job. I mean that, like, especially from a black man to a young black girl. Okay? So they needed to, and I think that's why my partner had me talk to her. Because my partner is a white dude today. And he had me talk to her because he understood. He knew. And I put her, hopefully I helped her. Her great-grandmother came along with her. She hugged her. Grandmother cried. Stuff. Felt remorseful. Didn't feel angry towards her. I don't know. Now, this is what I'm talking about. Why I'm telling you guys about the story is because maybe that's the first step to somebody getting some help, so they won't end up a statistic. They won't end up exploiting themselves, doing all these other things online. And her great-grandfather feared that much or so, but it's all a matter of control sometimes. Like, you can't control a girl or a boy, a teenager, and they are so technically inept and they are so capable of doing things online that have now become normalized to them. I seen a video the other day where this black woman was beating the bejesus out of her little daughter, because her little daughter was putting her crotch and her booty in the camera online, twerking and stuff like that. And the girl had to be about maybe 11 years old the most. And it's just disturbing. And people were starting like, well, see, now she's going to jail. I was like, watch the whole video. I wouldn't have put it on blast like that. That's airing dysfunction out. And that's the main problem I have. A lot of people like to air their goddamn dysfunction. Like, it's not cute. It doesn't really accomplish anything. It really doesn't. You know? This is why I told the girl in my ambulance today what I told her. I was like, look, get help. Do not talk about it online. Just do it, because at the end of the day, whatever you do, a lot of these people ain't going to be there for you when you fall. Your great-grandparents aren't going to be around for a long time. I know they're your caregivers right now, but you have to get yourself well, because when they're gone, you only have you to stand on. And a lot of these people out here on the streets didn't do what they need to do. They took a lot of it for granted. Their calculations weren't quite right. A lot of them had this feeling like, I can do what I want. I'll be all right. Nope. If your willpower is compromised, you're done. And not just that on willpower. If you succumb to just narcotics and just peer pressure and so many other things that those things lead to once you give in, there's not much that somebody can do to help you anymore. And then you wonder why a lot of people have washed their hands of you, because you don't see the error of your ways. And I have to tell some people, look, airing your dysfunction out on social media is the worst thing you can do. And as black people, I noticed that a lot of us are just talkers, man. Like, we need to be doers. I know I'm not in this position like I'm some serious activist or anything, but I tell you stories because through experiences. I don't tell you stuff because I'm yelling at people. I'm telling you stories through experience, only my experience. If it can help somebody, so be it. If somebody has something that they can add to help me, so be it. This is what I've always said in the past. I don't do these because I'm all-knowing. I do these things because I have a view on this, and sometimes my view might not match up with somebody's. Especially, I've had this conflict with my family. So I want people to know out there that, look, we need to stop being a hive mind that just throw around the R word all the time and say something's racist, but the moment you see a fucking white girl with cornrows, you want to call cultural appropriation. Meanwhile, your hair comes from some girl in India. It's things of that nature, all right? And we have to stop celebrating bull. Like, seriously, we need to stop celebrating bullshit. You know? And a lot of people like, well, look at these lames, yo. These lames, yo, they mad. Why do you think a lot of these lames are mad? You telling me I have no place to fit in Black America? This is what they're saying. You know, me, I live in the hood, man. But I ain't no hood dude. But there's some people who just feel like they have this mentality like they don't fit in as black people. And this is where you get your Candace Owens, you get your Anthony Bryan Logans, you get your Tatums. I forgot his first name. Fuck him anyway. But you get people like him and stuff that think this certain way because they don't have a place to be, and that is because of black people. Okay? They always like to say something like, we are not monolithic, but yet when a person ain't hood, they ain't doing ignorant shit, you're actually not respected. Like, you have to be a degenerate to be respected a lot of times in Black America. And this is why you think Trump got all these black people supporting him? well, he's not racist. Well, everybody's racist and stuff like that. It's like watching the Malcolm X movie and you understood. He was like, I got caught, nigga, so much. I thought it was my name initially before he got some sense of pride, some sense of, how can you say, self-respect before he learned the ways of the Nation of Islam. Now, I'm not Muslim. I know my first name may be that. If you know my real first name, you've heard me mention it a few times. Anyway, we need to stop normalizing this shit. Like, there's a lot of bullshit that we normalize, and I'm tired of hearing about the dysfunction and stuff. I'm not sitting here saying, like, I know of actions and I have an action plan. No, this is not that type of video. I don't have the answers. It's like Kanye said, you don't have the answers. But I know that. I know that. But I'm going to tell you one thing. I'm not going to be on here airing every little bit of dirty laundry out. That's the problem now. You know, it'd be some serious shit going down, and you gotta leave it up to black people on Black Twitter and Facebook to have memes ready sitting there on some BS. Like, they make a joke out of everything, bro. Everything. Do that make any sense to you? And you wonder why things don't get done. We sitting here yelling about what black men and black women don't do for one another, which is true. But you wonder why things don't get done, because nobody takes us seriously. Why do you think we're getting left behind by a lot of these political parties? Because our vote don't mean shit anymore. Because we don't treat each other like we should be treating each other. You know, the moment you see a business pop up in your neighborhood, and guess what? It's the person's the same color as you trying to get the 5-figure discount and stuff. This is why I'm glad there's a restaurant. Speaking of black businesses, there's a restaurant that opened up around the corner from me that I have been giving my business to. And it's very convenient for me because they take Cash App. And I'm happy about that because I don't carry cash on me. It's very easy to pay directly that way. And I love it. They got good food, good drinks, natural drinks, good punches, things of this nature. There's a place called OG Freezy's. If you are a Jersey City native, yeah. So it's cool. I'm really a fan of that. And I support the business. I don't ask for no 5-finger discounts. I want to see them win because there's not enough of them in my neighborhood. And I don't count the Africans either selling fabric around the corner from me. There's not enough of it. None of it. So I'm like, you know what? We got to do better. And doing better means staying off of social media and just doing better. You know, just doing it. Stop fucking talking about it and crying about it and just goddamn do it. Anyway, y'all, because I'm a fury, I'm out. Peace.